I looked at the 10-page filing. It's pretty straightforward, but in your words, can you just kind of summarize what this complaint alleges from Ms. Hovenkamp?
Yeah, sure. So Danielle was a special ed teacher in Lansing School District for 6 years. And soon after she started working in the district, she began noticing issues with her students' individualized education plans. So those are plans that schools provide to students with disabilities who need some additional help or services with making sure that they have the learning supports that they need in the classroom. So those can look like, they can have all kinds of different things in them. They're supposed to be individualized to a particular student. So maybe additional time to work on projects or a one-on-one aid for support or, support from speech therapy, physical therapy, whatever they might need. There's a whole kind of like whatever a student with a disability might need should be in that plan. So she started noticing that her students were not receiving the services that they were supposed to receive in those plans. So she started trying to raise concerns within the district, which she did for several years, saying like, look, I know this student isn't getting this particular service, or, I noticed that the students' other teachers aren't keeping proper logs to show that they're providing the services, that sort of thing. And nothing happened. So this went on over and over. She was trying to raise concerns. The district didn't do anything. So ultimately, last summer, just prior to her contacting me, she decided to file a complaint with the U.S. Department of Education, basically alleging that Lansing Schools was discriminating against students with disabilities by failing to implement those legally required services for them. So soon after that happened, she started experiencing retaliation, which I think is probably what led her to reach out to me. So soon after that, her schedule was completely changed sort of arbitrarily, and she was given more classes to teach than she was supposed to. Her study skills hour was taken away. She was assigned to teach, I believe it was earth science, which is not something that she's certified to teach. Students who were her mentees were removed from her, which was detrimental to the students. And there was really no explanation for any of this. It just all sort of happened right after she had made this complaint. The U.S. Department of Education did sort of their preliminary investigation, and then in February, they sent notice to both Danielle and the district saying that they were going to be opening the case up for a formal investigation because they believed that the complaint had merit. So at that point, the discrimination increased and the retaliation increased. Danielle was put on what the district calls a growth plan, which is kind of like a performance improvement plan, which is something that an employer puts you on when they're trying to find a way to say you're not doing your job and we want to get you out of here. The thing that was interesting about Danielle's growth plan is that it was put into place because her students weren't achieving the academic success that they were supposed to, which was directly because they were not getting the IEP supports that they needed. And so she raised this concern. Nothing was done. And then in April, she was given a classroom observation, which is a normal thing. And then after the classroom observation, she was told that she was going to have a meeting with administration for them to provide her with feedback on the observation. Now, the thing is, Danielle is also a person with a disability herself. And so she has certain supports in place that Lansing Schools is supposed to provide her, one of which is to provide her with feedback and information in writing prior to a meeting so that she can understand and process it in order to be prepared to respond in the meeting. So they refused to do that. And at that point, she determined that there wasn't really any reason for it other than further retaliation, which led her to have this Whistleblower Protection Act claim, which is what we are asserting in the lawsuit. So in the meantime, Danielle had heard back from OCR about, wanting to do mediation in her case. And we've been trying to work with Lansing Schools to find out, a path forward for us to mediate and hopefully resolve all of these issues. The thing with the Whistleblower Protection Act is that it only has a 90-day statute of limitations, meaning that you have to file your complaint within 90 days of when something happens to you, which is a really short timeline. So I was reaching out to their attorney to try to say, hey, will you guys agree to extend this statute of limitations so that we can try to resolve all these matters together? Otherwise, Danielle is going to have to file this lawsuit to preserve this claim. I repeatedly asked, kept hearing that, they were waiting to hear back, and then the clock was going to run out. So we had to file this lawsuit. We filed it on the absolute last day that we possibly could. And we have since then heard from Lansing schools with some additional, information about their willingness to mediate. But, one thing I want to stress is that it was her absolute last choice to file this lawsuit. She did not want to file a lawsuit against the district. She was and still is committed to trying to resolve this, amicably and hopefully productively with them. But there was absolutely no choice for her but to file because we could not get a response from them on whether they'd be willing to extend her time to file.
And so what was the school district's response after the fact?
That they gave us some dates that they'd be available to meet for mediation. That's all I've heard so far.
And are you able to disclose those mediation dates?
No, I can't give you that information, unfortunately.
So you guys are in contact with the school as far as the next steps in this case, as far as mediation, as you were saying.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the hope is that we can discuss all of the different issues, the issues in the OCR complaint, the issues in the EEOC charge, and the issues in the Whistleblower Protection Act litigation, and come to a resolution on all of those issues. That's the hope anyway.
And I know that the principal, Amy Boyles, is named on the lawsuit as well.
Mhm.
Did she reach out to you or to Danielle?
No, and it really wouldn't be appropriate for her to do so because when somebody's represented by an attorney, then usually the attorneys just communicate.
So how is Danielle doing today? I know she's in a
Yeah.
new school in Kent County.
Yeah, right. So school hasn't started yet for the year. So I think a couple weeks is when they start getting their teachers in and start doing the, preschool year trainings and in-services and things. She did have to quickly move. So their family relocated from Lansing to the Grand Rapids area. So she's really just getting adjusted there. It's been a big unexpected change. Before the retaliation started, she had no intention, at least that I know of leaving Lansing, and loved the students that she worked with, the parents, her colleagues, things like that. So it's been a big change. I think she's adjusting well, but it's still a new change. So, we'll see how it goes.
And overall, what's the message or the goal of Ms. Hovenkamp's lawsuit?
She wants Lansing schools to properly implement students' IEPs and make sure that they're getting the services that they're entitled to under the law.
I was right.
And Liz, is there anything else that you wanted to add or just chime in on anything else that we may have missed just regarding our conversation today?
No, nothing I can think of, Danny. But I appreciate you reaching out and doing this story. It's obviously really important to Danielle, so she appreciates it as well.
And real quick, actually, now that I'm kind of thinking about this, have any other educators, any other teachers, any parents, have they signed on to this civil suit, or have you heard of any of those parties that may have experienced or have heard of this going on?
So there's no other parties to this lawsuit. I can tell you that much. Whether I know anything else about things that may be going on in Lansing Public Schools, I would have to say is at this point attorney-client privileged. But if there's anything else I can share in the future, I certainly will.
And I also noticed that you're seeking obviously the damages, at the very least $500, and then some other damages. Is there any reason as to why the minimum civil fine of 500?
So that's the maximum civil fine, believe it or not. So that's separate though from damages. So damages we would be seeking would be, related to the emotional distress of the experience, potentially moving costs, having to, relocate to another district. I don't know the comparison between Danielle's salary there and in Lansing. So if there's, been a drop in salary, we'd be looking for that as well. The fine is actually a statutory fine in the Whistleblower Protection Act that if an entity is found to have violated it, that they can also be fined $500. So that's not the case in a lot of statutes, but since it's available, although it's not a lot of money, we think it would send a message if they were fined.
So that's the maximum that you're able to get from a Whistleblower Act lawsuit.
For a fine, not for damages. So we can get all kinds of other damages like compensation for, any damages are different from a fine. So damages means compensation for how somebody was harmed, either economically or emotionally. A fine means you have to pay the state X amount because you were bad, basically. So that's not money that would go to Danielle, that fine.
And I see that it's the only count that I see here. Are
Mhm.
there any other future plans of litigation or any other counts that you may be able or that you may be thinking of filing on Hovenkamp's behalf?
Yeah, that's a good question. So she does have claims under both Title VII of the Civil Rights Act and the Elliott Larson, or I'm sorry, the Persons with Disabilities. So scratch that. The Persons with Disabilities Civil Rights Act in Michigan, the Americans with Disabilities Act, which is a federal law, and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, which is also a federal law. So she has claims of retaliation based on her reporting of disability discrimination under all of those laws. However, those are, first of all, those are 3-year statutes of limitations on those claims. So because she really didn't want to file, we wanted this lawsuit to be as minimal as possible. We didn't want to throw everything in there. The other aspect of it is with the federal claims, you actually have to file with the EEOC first, go through the EEOC's process, and then you get a letter that notifies you of your right to sue after that. So she hasn't received a notice of right to sue letter from the EEOC yet. So she actually can't file 2 of those 3 claims yet. So the ultimate goal, if possible, is to resolve everything without having to go through litigation. But if we do have to, then there are additional claims that we may bring.